WEFM, the first sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
You know, this is another big track, eh?
But it was a creeper.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
yeah,
It was a
it is a
creeper.
big
And
track.
every time I hear it, I remember when Nicole said, Kes songs take a while to grow on her sometimes.
Mhm.
This is probably like the only one that took a while for me. But I don't know, maybe because I'm hearing it more frequently now. But yeah, it was a creeper.
Yeah, it is a great song.
Yeah.
It is a great song.
All righty. So good morning, everyone. We are back with you for another day here at Activated Mornings program on WEFM 99.9.
Let me say
Stereo.
good morning to the staff working hard at Games Pharmacy. You know, we don't acknowledge that pharmacy. Eh?
Okay.
It is a pharmacy that open up until midnight, I think.
Oh,
We don't
It's Jimmy?
acknowledge that. Yeah, we don't acknowledge
better
that
known as
pharmacy.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, big up to the staff, big up to the management, the owner. Trust
Okay.
me, it's a pharmacy that you could, pick up in the night, 9 o'clock in the night, 10 o'clock in the night, and go to that pharmacy and pick up your stuff.
Oh, so you are still continuing on your conversation of town being open
Yes,
past
of course.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, fair enough. But I mean,
It is a pharmacy.
right.
It is
right,
a pharmacy.
right.
So
Yeah. So,
it's the only pharmacy that open around that time. Well, after 4 o'clock. Only pharmacy, which is good.
yeah, I think most of them close for like 5 o'clock. No?
Yeah.
5 around 5. Yeah.
5
so.
o'clock,
The
4.
only pharmacy at all. Good morning. Good morning. Good
Nicole
morning.
is here. Nicole, good morning.
The only pharmacy on the island that opens after 5
Yes, the only one.
in
That
town.
opens late. I don't know what
In
time the
town.
others are closed though. I don't. But it's open very late.
It's open
Yeah.
up until midnight.
Yeah, because if I'm having some kind of medical emergency that doesn't necessarily need a hospital or an emergency room, I'm hoping I could get some Mylanta or some Benadryl or some Fensic. Good morning.
Morning. All is well.
I am well. I liking what you're playing, man. I liking the music. Oh my gosh, y'all! Friday night, Marshall is having a free concert in the Savannah. This
Free
is after
concert?
this is after his festival on Monday night. Y'all, it's getting frenetic. People are calling me for tickets to go here and there and everywhere. People are putting me in group chats that I'm not accustomed being and asking me for tickets.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a video. Well, it seems to be circulating. A video. Okay, we have a call. All right.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Radio station.
Yes,
Yes.
and you're live.
Yeah. I hear you talk about pharmacy. People's pharmacy open from 8 to 8.
8 to 8.
Okay.
8 to 8 every day, Monday to Saturday. 8
Oh.
to 8.
Okay. So
So you have it wrong when you say this pharmacy is open the latest.
okay.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
That is good.
All right. So there we have it. People's Pharmacy open from 8 to 8 as well. 8 to 8. All right. Yeah, I was making a point with Marshall. I noticed that there's a video circulating with him. I think there's an event that he had, and children were called up to perform or something to that effect. At least I saw one boy. So it's there him, I guess, passing it on and giving that exposure to younger children, and I guess artists, well, children like himself back in the day. So that was good. Yeah. All righty, so let's head into our topic at this time. And yesterday, an article appeared on, on St. Vincent Times, stating that SVG moves to phase out Cuban medical doctors. All right. So as the U.S. continues to pressure Caribbean governments as it pertains to Cuban medical personnel, the St. Vincent government announced on Monday a plan to reduce the country's reliance on Cuban medical personnel as part of a strategy for medical staffing localization. Prime Minister Godwin Friday said the government will begin a 3-year phase out of the reliance on Cuban district medical officers. Friday cited 2 primary reasons for this policy shift, including the language barriers, which he says is often faced by patients and staff, and to reduce foreign staffing costs associated with maintaining international medical teams.
I'm wondering if this is a good idea.
So when I read this yesterday, my heart sank a little bit, right? And it sank because is it a case, and we're asking, have we succumbed to U.S. pressure, right? We recognize that last week, I think it was last week, or might have been the week before, that the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, he mentioned, I'm reading this part from the Jamaican Gleaner. He says, I have a big problem. Many of our doctors got trained in Cuba. And now the great United States has said we can't do that any longer. All right. So he was speaking about the fact that doctors who were trained, St. Lucian doctors who were trained in Cuba, now the U.S. is saying that they can't do that anymore. Right. By way of additional news, Guyana too says that Guyana confirms the end to the medical pact. This is information that came out yesterday, but they're citing that it was not due to U.S. pressure, but there are many Cuban doctors who are now coming to Guyana independently to seek employment. Now, as it comes to things in the news and how politicians sometimes put things over, I too am wondering if Guyana may have succumbed to pressure and it was just phrasing that way. But that is just me there sort of speculating, but the question has to be asked given what we see happening here in the Caribbean.
So it's not all about the U.S. pressure, right? It's all about cost.
It is being stated that it's about cost, but one thing that I noticed is that the article says that we are going to phase out the doctors coming here. Mm-hmm. But I wonder what is going to happen to the program where our students go to Cuba for training, right?
I was about to ask about that.
Yeah, that is what it is that I didn't see any information on in terms of, because St. Lucia has said that they have received pressure for their students to go to Cuba to study medicine. But what is going to happen with the current program of our students going to Cuba to study? And as I said, this didn't sit very well with me. When you hear of persons within the medical field speak, especially let's say those at the hospital, etc., there is a bit of an issue, or maybe not a bit, but there is an issue in terms of the retention of persons from SVG who are trained in medicine staying here in SVG, right? Many of them can go and get their but not the training. They can go and practice elsewhere because it's more lucrative. Mm-hmm. And many of the Cuban doctors and nurses, they have filled in the gaps that is being left in the medical system, right? And when it comes to the shortage of nurses or the shortage of doctors, by Vincentians who have studied.
The Cuban doctors fill in.
The Cubans have filled in this gap, right? So I
think the diagnostic center out there in Georgetown, most of the doctors out there are Cubans, right?
Okay, that I'm not sure of.
Yeah, I think most of the doctors out there are Cubans.
Yeah.
And I could tell you, we have some really, really good Cuban doctors here.
I would say that so the past, since about November, I've had to be back and forth at the hospital with my mother with regards to an injury to her foot. And I've encountered, not just a doctor in particular who was trained in Cuba, but also some of the doctors and the nurses who were there, right? And in terms of being there with her, they have dealt with her in a way that they're supposed to, right? Did not pick up on any sort of issues or any sort of tension. They dealt with her in a very professional manner, So I am just a little bit disheartened to see this happening. I am wondering if this was thought through properly, or maybe we just didn't have any choice in the matter.
I will take a call. Hello, good morning.
Hey, Maka, morning.
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 I feel like a serious impact in Finland.
Yep.
Because, to be honest, I mean, I know I sound disrespectful to the Vinci doctors, but to me, the Cuban doing an excellent job in Finland. Both the nurses and the doctors. And, you know, the Cubans, they are well trained in the medical field. And even to the Monica Medical Center out of Georgetown, if that happens now, that means all of them have to leave. So that gonna be, you know, that gonna be a serious thing out there also.
Yeah, as I said, I'm not too happy about this.
Yeah, I mean, not saying it's any government, I mean, I don't know, it could be the pressure from America too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that the same is alone succumbing to it. Lucia don't show it. Guyana don't show it. I mean, they might hide it and tell you it's not true. America is this and that, but it's America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's sad.
Mm-hmm. It indeed is.
Real sad.
And the Cubans and them, they are very cautious too. They live different than them, but they are very cautious too. They deal with the real politeful.
Mm-hmm.
And they know they know the job.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna put a strain on our doctors and nurses here with Vinci.
And my whole thing is that it's not just putting a strain, it's going to put a further strain on our local doctors. And
Exactly,
when you put that further strain on our doctors and our nurses, this is one of the push factors. This is one of the push factors for them to leave and go to other places to other countries or other islands because of the pressure that they're going to be faced. It's not that many of our doctors and nurses don't want to be here, but there are several factors that cause many of them to leave, you know? So I don't know. Yeah.
And you see, most of our doctors and nurses learn from the Cubans as well. So.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can't go there to train, neither, we're going to happen.
Yeah. Well, that is what I need for the government to come out and explicitly state what is going to happen with that program because nothing was said, or at least it wasn't conveyed in the article that I read. So, yeah.
It's a rough one.
Yeah.
That's a around the Caribbean world who got under this problem is a rough one.
And this is why it is I have such a big issue. I'm not even sure that I have an issue with Americans. I just have an issue with America. In that, who are they to tell us what to do? And I think that is why it is I got annoyed, right? Who are they to tell us what to do?
But it's not there. I mean, it's America, but when we say in America, not in America, it's just Trump.
Yeah, right. I probably should just boil it down to Trump. But yeah.
Why say in America? The American nation, not them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not targeting Americans, right? But yeah.
Is that devil we got trouble in the world? He just like COVID, he's a pest.
All right.
It's just me when you have to talk to the Caribbean in one way, when the medical is all kind of stupidness, visa, this, that.
Yeah. And it's
out to get the world trouble.
Yeah, and it's the current pressure that is being faced in Cuba as well, based on certain recent developments. So when Cubans become agitated, it's not necessarily because of they're upset with who their leader is, but it's the external pressures that they're facing, you know? So I don't know. This is just...
Brother, it's sad, eh?
It's a very sad thing.
Yeah.
That guy who black up in from Venezuela, we name
Maduro?
Maduro, better than Maduro, Trump and Maduro the same. You told him should have been in the cell together.
All right, so we're going to have to head on out, all right? So thanks for calling.
All right, you all have a great day.
You too, thank you. All righty, so yeah, we will, I believe, hear more on this matter, but as it stands, it is quite sad and quite unfortunate. All right. Yep. So I see somebody calling, but we can't back out because the officer will to press the call. All right. So we would allow persons during the Talk to Us segment for us to pick this back up. All right. But we have to head on out. Time here in SVG is quickly approaching 7:35, and we are heading into our traffic talk segment for today.
Nothing else sounds as good as